9 of the Clio Cup SoF League out of Brands Hatch. Welcome. What do we have in store for you this week? 56 drivers, meaning 3 splits, 3 races, a lot to be seen, a new Clio Brands Hatch record for the Clio SoF. Last time we had 38 drivers for reference. And if we talk about last time, which was on the smaller Indy layout, this time we are on the Grand Prix layout, the full Brands Hatch layout, so to speak. Muhammad El Hariri won that top split race in front of Kevin Anfield and Matthias Klein. And before we take a look at the qualifying, or rather the starting grid, let's take a look at how the top split standings are. Little thing, I forgot to make a screenshot of the overall standings before the race, so sorry they are not in this week, I apologize, but let's focus on the split standings instead. Miguel Freitas, he is leading, this is not a big surprise, but the guy number 2, Dylan Da Costa, and this is important, he's not there this week, nor will he be there next week. English is difficult. So this could be championship deciding. Doesn't need to be championship deciding. We would have to take the math on that. I believe it is still possible. Difficult, but possible. We will see how Brands Hatch will change that. In third is James Lazark Smith, Muhammad El Hariri right behind him in P4. Kevin Anfield has 116 top split points in P5, and number 6 who has 115, Cedric Gibbert, he is not here, so 2 out of the top 6 are not there. And now let's take a look how qualifying went, and then I will be back for the start of the race. There we have our starting grid. The lights are about to turn red, which means we are green and we are racing. Week 9 in Brands Hatch. Let's go. Good start from the top pack down to turn 1 for the first time. Tricky corner, especially with the big pack. Let's see if everything turns out well. So far so good. Turn 2, the hairpin. We see a bit of smoke, but nothing too major, and everyone survives. And Freitas and Hariri are going for the lead. Hariri is leading. He now also has the inside. Can he defend? Will James Lazark Smith maybe even get P2? So far, little touch. And Lazark Smith is in P2. Freitas dropping to P3 as a result. And further down, yeah, everyone survived. Lap 1, very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, public statement. 2 things. The incident report thingy apparently has not really worked. It only showed me 2 incidents for the entire session, which I cannot believe. And public service announcement number 2. For well over a season, I said their team name wrong. I mean the Llamas. Formulamas. No Formula Llamas. No. Formulamas. No la. Okay? Formulamas. We got it. Okay? Good. Now back to the race. With the top 3, who according to qualifying should be able to get away from the rest. Speaking about the llamas, here they are fighting McBullough and John Cook. This is for P14. And Clayton McBullough stays in front of John Cook, but goes a bit wide, but nothing too major. Yeah, we can expect 10 laps here. Gilberto gets P3, at least for the moment. Lazark Smith dropping to P5. I believe there was a little bit of touching for turn 4. Could be, and there he is now in P5. Yeah, and if we talk about championships, we need to talk about the fact which I said in the pre-race. Da Costa is not here, he won't be there for Ratscogan next week. There is a thing called vacation. But this could be championship deciding. You know, drop rounds and all that, but the best way to take away some points from Miguel Freitas is to be there and be in front of him. Piotr Jengelevsky versus Mr. Broadcaster, who had a good qualifying. P8. Now dropping down a little. Gianluca Risa in the pits. He had a jump start. And Neil Rocks gets into P10. One of the OG Clio SoF drivers. Glad to see him in this one. Even if it cost me a position. But it's just great to have so many drivers, past, present, and having them reappear. Great thing. So maybe, hopefully we see more of him. And who knows, if he gets the itch, maybe there's more than P10 in the future races. Like a P6, for example. Just throwing it out there. Dries Wienendale and John Cook, he is right up his keister. This is for P14. John Cook, we have seen him, was it last week when he had this nice comeback drive and worked his way through the field? Yeah, it was last week in Okayama. Was a good race. Lazark Smith now in P4. He gets past Kevin Anfield. And Piotr, yeah, I have a feeling he cannot, he holds this pack a little bit up. The gap between McBullough is getting smaller. Mitchell and Jared Curry. Mitchell now in P7, the number 13 car. Would be a great result for him. But yeah, if you take a look, Piotr now 2 seconds behind Jared. He has not the pace, which causes the, I mean, look at the minimap, from 9 to 18, it is one big pack, basically. David Ward's front bumper, new livery, by the way. Looks a bit dented. Isaac Mitchell fighting against Jared Curry for P7. Isaac Mitchell, that would be a good result. And here we have Piotr, who is under attack from Neil Rocks. But the chasers are getting closer. Now Jared. Little touch with Isaac Mitchell. Isaac, ooh, loses the car. Will he return? Yeah, he returns. Okay. He returns, and now this is a big pack. 4 cars. Neil, Isaac, Piotr, and myself. All in one space, basically. And Mitchell losing further positions. Now we have a llama pack there. 3 llamas and Clément Godet. From P11 downwards. Llama, Clément, llama. Too many llamas. Too many of those. And there's another one in front of this pack. So many llamas. Harry Fox and Kevin Anfield going side by side into turn 1. Nice. Now Anfield on the inside, Clement a bit outside. This might cost that the Llamas collide! Clayton McBullough! He loses a lot of ground as a result. Down to P17. And if we take a look, yeah, gaps are starting to develop. Especially from 2 to 3. And look at this big pack, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. And I can tell you one thing, I did not feel comfortable in this pack. Because it was super tight. Piotr on the outside. Neil Rocks on the inside. Isaac Mitchell also on the inside. And then myself in P11. And Gilberto under heavy attack from James Lazark Smith. James to the outside. Final corner. Harry and Kevin also fighting. This is for P3. Gilberto and James. They don't give anything to each other. Good battle, good battle. Lazark Smith now on the outside, breaks a tad later. Now he's on the inside and this is his opportunity. Prime opportunity to get back into P3 after losing quite a bit of spaces in lap 2. And now he's back in P2. Congratulations, nicely done. But it is maybe not over. Gilberto. Stays behind, but good battle. Also good battle between Harry Fox and Kevin Anfield. Good stuff, good stuff. And now it is James's chance to get away from this. We predicted that the top 3 would get away from the pack. 2 of them did. Number 3, not yet. Mitchell. Behind Piotr. And now John Cook attacking. Do we see it? Do we see it? And he gets past and costs me a few positions as a result. But it was clean. Caused by the fight in front between Piotr and Isaac. And now we have another new pack here. And again with many Formulamas. Happy now? I hope so. 1, 2, 3 of them in this screen. 4! We saw Isaac here as well for a brief moment. Clement against David Ward. Dries Wienendahl. I will leave this uncommented. And now, I can tell you something. This was the moment I snapped. I was done with this race. I was on pure hatred. Because at this stage I had 3 collisions. I was not a happy driver. But let's focus on more important things. And that is the battle for P9. Isaac Mitchell and Piotr. Piotr Jengelewski. Yeah, and if you take a look at the times or the gaps, yeah, Piotr wasn't able to keep the same pace as Jared, as Neil. If Isaac can withstand it, maybe even him. So he was the quote-unquote cause for this massive pack, which caused yours truly to, in the end, lose so much. And let me tell you something, driving with hate is not a good thing. Not a good thing. But now he tries to attack Isaac Mitchell. To the outside, difficult to overtake. Mitchell does not overshoot the corner and stays in P9. Clayton McBullough to the outside. You maybe saw a purple car diving straight into the gravel. I was thinking about leaving this race at that moment. Like, full on the brake, screw this, I will retire. Then I said, nah, I can't do that. Can't do that. But it seems to me as if Piotr has found his pace. He is absolutely fighting here now against Isaac Mitchell, who in the earlier stages of the race was much further in front. He had this battle with Jared. Jared is up there, 3 seconds. But it seems Piotr has found his pace and puts Isaac under heavy stress. Jared Curie and Neil Rocks. Neil, good race. Works his way up. Harry Fox had a nice battle with Kevin Anfield. And is now attacking Gilberto for P4. Many battles. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Which means 2 more laps. 1.1 second between Muhammad and Miguel. So Muhammad is safe for the moment. But you know, one mistake could change that. And James Lazark Smith 6 seconds behind. But he built a gap of around a second to Gilberto. Clayton McBullough and Dries Wienendael fighting for P14, that is. And Harry Fox still putting the pressure on Gilberto. But time is running out. 50 seconds. 1 more lap after this. So there's a chance. There is a chance. He shows his nose to the inside. We cut away to Neil, who does a similar thing, but stays behind. Knowing what would be Gilberto going wide. Maybe now the opportunity for Harry Fox to the outside. Harry Fox and Gilberto Struck fighting for P4. Sadly, we don't see it. So we have to follow it in the standings to the left. And it seems to me as if Harry has gained P4. Nice! McBullough and a blinking gendarmerie car. That put me over the edge. And so many llamas here in this pack. 9, 11, 12, 15. They are everywhere. And we have a quote-unquote battle for the final spot. And another touch. That was number 4, I believe. But it was nothing much. That didn't even matter at this point. I was done with this race and, like I said, did no longer care. Driving with hate kids is not a good thing. So let's look forward to a good finishing battle here, shall we? It's much better. Miguel has closed the gap a little bit, 0.7, but it is too late probably. Neil Rocks and Jared still fighting for P7. This is good, this is great, this is lovely. But look at this big pack. All in all, a good race. All in all, a good race. And Anfield also gets past Gilberto. Wait a second. Kevin Anfield, yeah, he got P5. We have not seen it. But he got P5. Nicely done by Kevin Anfield. Good thing. Maybe it was a mistake by Gilberto. We have not seen it. And there the big pack from Mitchell down to McBullough. Not Linscombe Hatfield, sorry. He was also in this pack. And there are the other 3. And we have a result for Brands Hatch. Muhammad El Hariri wins, and maybe he has a chance for the Ovals Championship. We have to take a look afterwards. If there is a chance for Muhammad, now we are in the stages of the season where we really start to analyze the standings, because we have drop rounds and all that. Now, this segment, I can tell you, it will probably get every so slightly longer now. Little warning before we get to the replays. But good race from these two, Neil Rocks and Harry Fox. And now let's jump right to the standings. Okay, we are now at the standings. I did some calculations to see if this gap is already a championship decider, yes or no. And the answer is no, not yet. How is that? Simply put, Miguel Freitas, he has 340 points and 8 results, so he is affected by drop rounds by now. So he needs to get at least P2 to even get higher points than he already has. Dylan Da Costa, he's at 261. He will miss Ratskogan. We know that. He said that. I take him by his word. So he has 2 chances to win. 2 wins are 100 points, which puts him at 361. And then you have to drop that 65th place, which are 5 points, which brings him to a potential total of 356. And for Muhammad, if he wins all 3 races that are still remaining, just throwing it out there, his potential maximum points is 362. So we are not decided yet, but if Miguel wins one of those 3 races, it's over. It's as simple as that. If we take a further look, James Lazark Smith, he is out of title contention. Good results across the board, but he is out of it. But maybe next season, he shows pace. He shows great pace. 3 third places are a big indicator for that. Kevin Anfield, he gets a little bit of gap between him and Cedric Gibbret after this race. Isaac Mitchell, John Duncan with 120, John Cook and Stephen Hurd finishing out the top 10. Now let's scroll further down. I'm in P17 apparently. Gilberto now in 24th after a good result, but he only quote-unquote has 6 results, so there is still room. There is still room for him to get further up. How many points do you need? Let's take a look. 32 points. You need 32 points to be in the top 50 here at challenge.duncanwatts.com. Now, if we jump over to the split championship, I did not do any math for this one. Just throwing it out there. But let's take a look. Freitash 209. El Hariri jumps from 4 to 2. 160. Da Costa, James Lazark Smith, and Kevin Anfield in P5. It looks similar here, and for example here Gilberto is in P10 because he only drives in split 1 races. Now if we scroll a little bit, how many drivers do we... Oh, I'm 28 apparently, nice. Some great names here. Some good names. 61 drivers. That's a lot for split 1. Nice. 61 really shows you how strong the Clio field really is. And if we would have like a quote-unquote all-star race with the 20 highest iRatings that we had seen this season, oh boy, one could dream, right? But yeah, these are the standings from Russell J. Bright up to Miguel Freitas. Similar thing for these championship standings. You are affected by drop rounds, so Kevin, it says 9 races. I hope it is calculating correctly in the background. At first glance, I think it is the case, but we would have to take a look. But I'm pretty sure the calculation works as intended if I think about it. But we are done. No, we are not done. We still have a few replays. We have split 2, we have split 3, so plenty of Clio here in Brands Hatch. Hope you enjoyed it more than I had while driving this race. The race itself as a broadcast, great stuff. As a participant, looking like a fool, not so much. But great race for Miguel, Muhammad, James. That battle between Kevin and Harry, we have a big chunk of it in the replay. Spoiler. So enjoy.